Welcome to the last but one, or perhaps two episodes of CITV before the Delray Beach Townhome project, aka Centennial Square, is completed. The project end will be almost 3 weeks delayed due to Delray Beach Building Department and in particular one person who shall remain nameless deciding last week that we needed an MOT plan, which is a management of traffic plan, even though we were told on two previous occasions by a city official that we didn't need one. We thought that would be the last hoop we would have to jump through, but oh no, I just received a call not more than 5 minutes ago from our general contractor to let me know that the person who I shall not name, unfortunately, from the building department dropped down to the site this afternoon and mandated, without a mandate, that he wants us to resurface part of the highway, road, whatever you want to call it, along 4th Avenue and the alleyway now known as Osceola Park Lane, even though when we took the project on, the road was already in a shocking state. But oh no, this ego that represents Delray Beach Building Department will not listen. He is all powerful, so he must be obeyed. How frustrating. So this means that the all-important certificate of occupancy, which is issued by guess you know who, will not be forthcoming until mid-April now. Look, it certainly doesn't stop us from finishing off the project inside the units, but it delays us from being issued the C of O, enabling us to sell the townhomes contractually to a buyer. This gives me flashbacks to that impossible SPRAB committee, another wonderful acronym meaning Site Plan Review Approval Board. They delayed us for over a year in breaking ground. Welcome to the world of developing property in Delray Beach. But to be fair and balanced, all the other building departments in the city, well, most of them, have been great to deal with these past 12 months. In this episode, you will not be seeing the building as it stands today in its full glory. As with all episodes, this video is delayed by up to a month because of editing and distribution timings. So I'm showing you construction that went on at the end of February to the last week of March. By then, it will be up to our sales team to sell the bloody things. Although the end unit on Osceola Park Avenue was sold off planned 3 years ago, and of course he got a fabulous deal, but I expect the final two units, which is the middle townhome on Southeast 2nd Street and the other townhome on 4th Avenue, to be well on the way to being sold within the next month. Whatever happens, this channel shall continue with other projects, and the daily, weekly and monthly going-ons at Centennial Investments will be reported on. So to keep up with all this and more, press the subscription button and the reminder bell below so you're kept up to date as we post. On screen now, somewhere above my head, is a QR code to get an online form if you're interested in investing with us for future projects. If you're unable to scan, go to your browser and type in investcentennial.com and the same form will present itself there. Just complete and submit online. So let me bring you up to date as of the 21st of March 2025.
Hiya, Carlton's boys are here to take away all the shrubs and trees so that we can start our landscaping and put up our fencing. Carlton, our superintendent, Alex, walked the perimeter to mark up which trees are going and which are staying. After initial clear up, the chainsaws are primed with gasoline, the guys have their climbing boots on, and the limbs, branches and tree trunks are in mortal danger. 7 trees, scores of shrubs, tree roots, weeds, dandelions, you name it. They're all going to vegetation heaven. So we can put a beautiful fence around each property. But in the meantime, it's carnage. Beautiful to watch. Ever so quick, aren't they?
From the next door, and they want to take the mango out. And but I have to say this several. If you're not, I have to call someone to do it. It's not gonna be cut today. So I have
It has to go to the...
okay.
Okay, this your line, I said by line, okay, no, that's not it, it's not.
But the roots are going to kill us, man. The roots are going to kill us.
Why are you scared? Why are you coming over there? Huh?
And you. This is going to come through, it's going to screw your house up. We'll just say goodbye now.
Then Wyatt Earp from Carlton's posse climbs his ladder of triumph, chainsaw in hand, to take on sadly the mango tree. But it had to go. It was in the way. Major disaster averted. The guys went back to work, and after being berated for nearly an hour and a half a few Mondays ago at 7:50 in the morning, that's AM, I was considering was it too early to have a shot of scotch before noon. I don't think we should be standing on our neighbour's roof, do you? Then I was introduced to the wood chipper. What a marvellous machine this thing is! Eats bloody everything. A bit like me, really. This wood chipper is 15 horsepower and can process roughly 1 to 2 cubic yards of tree limbs per hour. In layman's terms, that's an overgrown front yard in an afternoon. Think you got a shit job? I think this guy will trump you. Someone tell me, what is the purpose of him standing there getting a mouthful of leaves every 30 seconds? Answers on a postcard, please. And this is another little spunky machine, a remote-controlled tree trunk grinder. This menacingly alien-like machine, also known as a stump grinder, has 30 horsepower gasoline engine and uses a steel rotor with carbide-tipped teeth for the grinding. It can take out stumps of up to 3 feet wide. It comfortably dealt with 4 trees on the south side of our property and 3 trees on southeast 4th Avenue, which you can see here. It was done and dusted and off our property by early afternoon. It took an entire day to clear the trees and shrubs that needed to be removed. For the most part, the landscape clearance is finished. It was a very tough day, and Carlton here has rarely seen such drama.
Hey, I just want to point out that even though I was flippant in my commentary regarding cutting down the trees and removing all the vegetation, we will replace every tree, shrub, plant, and much more. Centennial Square will look like a veritable forest, which I will show you in the next episode. Now that you know I'm not a Philistine, we move on.
JC Reliable Fencing is today installing durable and stylish PVC outdoor fencing. Let me show you how this quality installation comes together. We begin with the groundwork, literally. The team carefully measures and marks the fence line, then digs evenly spaced holes where each post will be anchored. Next, the square PVC posts are measured and cut to the proper height to ensure a uniform look along the entire fence line. Each post is placed into its designated hole and leveled to precision. To lock the post firmly in place, the team uses Quickcrete, a fast-setting concrete mix that provides excellent stability. Once poured around the base of each post, it's mixed with water and left to cure, anchoring the posts securely in the ground.
But here's something important. The water isn't added just yet. Why? Because leaving the Quikrete dry at this stage allows for a slight amount of flexibility. This gives the team the ability to make minor adjustments and ensure precise alignment, especially for the bottom horizontal rail that slots into the vertical posts. That bottom rail is critical because it supports the weight of the fence planks or panels above. Having a bit of give in the post positioning makes it easier to fit this piece snugly and correctly. Once the bottom rail is in place, the fence planks are inserted and stacked neatly above like little soldiers. The top horizontal rail is secured, locking the whole panel into shape. Only after everything is aligned perfectly and double checked for level and spacing is water added to the Quikrete. This final step sets the concrete and locks the posts into place, ensuring the entire fence structure is solid, straight, and built to last. All around the site, fence posts are being set and panels are carefully installed. Deliveries of Quikrete, PVC fence posts, panels and top and bottom rails arrive daily, keeping the progress steady. Slowly but surely, the Centennial Square project is being wrapped in a clean, elegant border of beautiful white fencing. The skilled installers from JC Reliable Fencing carefully navigate over and around the palm tree we wanted to keep, which is bang on the property line with our neighbour. If you've watched this video from the beginning, you will know the aggravation involved with all of this, but they have done a beautiful job. It's seamless. Finally, the team installs the powder-coated metal gates, which not only provide functional access points, but also add a sleek modern touch to the overall design. These gates are aligned, mounted, and tested for smooth operation. This fencing transforms an outdoor space and was chosen to be a fabulous backdrop for the incoming landscaping. It will melt into the background, but where viewed will offer elegance to the contemporary style townhomes. This 16-wheeler dump truck, also known as a tandem dump truck, is delivering approximately 18 tons of gravel. On the opposite side of the site on 4th Avenue, this flatbed is delivering a split delivery of 250 pavers, so the crew can go to work, laying them on the driveways once they have been prepped with gravel and sand. A total of 1,000 pavers will be used for the driveways and pool areas of all 3 townhomes. Over the past few days, 3 more deliveries arrived. As you can see, the pavers have been strategically stacked for easy access when the crew begins placing them in the bedding sand. And talking of bedding sand, this has also been delivered to the site and will be ready for use once the limestone gravel is compacted. A layer of limestone gravel is placed on top of the compacted subgrade and will provide drainage and a stable base for the pavers when they are eventually laid. This gravel layer is compacted to ensure a solid and level surface. 1 truckload of gravel covers 1,800 square feet at 2 inches deep. Enough here for the pool area and part of the townhome frontage. Once the limestone rock has been compacted, it is time for the bobcat digger, my favourite unrequited love, to go to work. It picks up load after load of bedding sand, also known as concrete sand, from the deposit site, takes it to the freshly compacted limestone gravel area, and is then spread and raked evenly on top. This sand will allow the pavers, when placed and pushed gently into the sand at a precise height, to settle and lock together, creating a stable and level surface. Of course, before the pavers are added, the sand is levelled and compacted to ensure a uniform surface. Florida is reasonably unique insofar as the climate and soil conditions require a robust base to ensure proper drainage and prevent issues like settling or cracking. One of the first parts of the site to receive driveway pavers is the end unit on Osceola Park Lane, and the final task of compacting is being carried out before the area is marked out for the pavers, which is what these gentlemen are doing here. And as you're going to see in a moment, this exercise is absolutely critical to getting the process right. And we are off. Enjoy the ride. As I am editing this video, most of the paving is now completed. So the big reveal next episode. The guys here are creating sidewalks, aprons and concrete curbs. A multi-step process involving preparation, demolition, forming and pouring concrete. The key to this is circular saws that prep the roadway so that machines like bobcats can lift the old roadway away cleanly, which is crucial for clean edges and proper curb forming. The surveyor has marked the road with orange spray paint where the curb will meet the road. This will guide the circular saw along the correct path. This is a crucial step before excavation. The goal is to create clean, straight separation lines between the asphalt roadway and the area to be removed. The gas-powered circular cut-off saws with diamond blades cut into the road at a depth of around 4 inches. The integrated and manually applied water supply suppresses the dust and cools the blade. With the cut made, it's time to dig out the old material and take it to a dumpster truck to be hauled to landfill. The deep blade cutting has allowed the bobcat to scoop out and break away the section of asphalt cleanly without damaging the rest of the road. Once all the old roadway is removed, the subgrade, or for the layman, the soil underneath the old roadway is compacted and levelled. Now it's time to set the form boards for the concrete curb. Concrete form stakes are hammered into the ground. These stakes have holes along their length so that nails or nail stakes can be driven through them and into the form boards, which are also known as baffle boards in some social circles. These stakes are set every 2 to 3 feet. These 2x6 form boards, which, just in case you are unaware, are going to hold back cement from running unceremoniously down 2nd Street, 4th Avenue and Osceola Park Lane, are set for the desired height, slope and alignment, as these sidewalks will slope 2% toward the street. Now you're watching the concrete pour as we build the curb. The concrete is coming straight from the mixing truck, and as just explained, we're using the forming boards to shape and hold the concrete in place as it sets. The vertical stakes that you saw hammered into the ground keep the boards in position and steady during the pour. You'll notice we raise the curb height using these boards to match the design, but when we get to what will eventually be a paver driveway, we drop the curb height to allow a smooth transition.
As the concrete is being poured, our crew uses shovels to spread it evenly. Then we use trowels and flatboards, sometimes called screeds, to level and smooth the surface, making sure the finish is clean and uniform. This process is key to giving the curb both strength and that clean professional look once everything's cured and ready. The following day the nails are removed from the stakes are pulled from the ground and the form boards are removed. Now it will be time to pour the concrete for the apron, essentially a slab that sits between the curb, the landscaping and the property line. We're out of time for this segment, so I'll show you the pouring process and the finished look next time.
Just wanted to take this opportunity to remind you to subscribe by hitting the subscription button and the reminder bell below for all the obvious reasons which I won't bore you with.
So take a long look. This is the last time you'll see the floating stairs without railings. The guys from JC Iron manufactured the railings off-site, and here you see them installing the left-hand side railings on the first floor at the 4th Avenue Townhome. Of course, it gets a little bit trickier. As you climb the stairs, Juan here is attaching the base of the railings to the stair tread. His colleague, meanwhile, is smoothing out some of the rough edges on the railings grips. This is a view looking down at the completed railings from the second to the first floor. Now, the guys go to work on putting sections of the railings together from the second to the third floor. It is an exact job to get the railings completely straight and in alignment, and although I'm only showing you seconds of this process, it can take up to 30 minutes to get absolutely right, and the railings bolted to the tread, and each rod of the railing perfectly in alignment. This worker is putting a circular hole into the wall by the top floor roof deck so that the top of the railing seamlessly sits inside the wall. The entire railing section, which sits on the edge of the club room landing, is moved into place and will then be bolted to the floor. And here are the entire stair railings finished and installed at the 4th Avenue Townhome. And this is the large 3,900 square foot middle unit floating stairs with railings installed. Spectacular. And now we wait to have all the townhome stair treads stained. It will be jaw-dropping, and I will bring you that next episode. Here we see the delivery from the guys from Allied Doors of all the key components for the new horizontal electric sliding garage doors for the end townhome on Osceola Park Lane. Laid out are the steel track sections, motor assembly, digital control unit, mounting hardware and the horizontal door planks, each one pre-finished and measured to slide seamlessly into the track. The worker here is assembling all the hinges and brackets that fit between the horizontal door planks. Before installation begins, each component is inspected to ensure everything's in perfect condition, no dents, missing parts or warping on the planks. A thin, flexible strip of wood is being installed along the inside top edge of the garage opening. This piece acts as a header trim and also plays a key role in sealing the gap between the top of the sliding door and the garage structure. Now we see the worker taking precise measurements, first from the ground up, then offset from the edge of the door opening. This step is all about finding the exact mounting position for the digital opener. The opener must sit at the right height for easy access and visibility, but also far enough from the door's path to avoid any obstruction. These measurements ensure the keypad aligns perfectly with the motor system and remains intuitive for everyday use. The worker is fastening the hinges and support brackets directly onto the horizontal planks using a power driver. These components are critical. They link the planks together structurally and allow them to move as a single solid unit. Behind each panel there's a horizontal metal reinforcement bar. These bars are what the hinges and brackets actually attach to, and they serve a dual purpose. They strengthen the door and allow it to pivot as it slides up and down the track. With the tracks in place, we begin assembling the horizontal door planks. Each plank is slid into the bottom track, starting from one end and are stacked one after the other. They're designed to interlock or overlap slightly, creating a weather-sealed barrier once fully assembled. As the planks are slotted in, brackets and fasteners are added at the rear to secure the planks to each other, preventing movement or shifting over time. The door structure becomes more rigid as each new plank is added. Once the full door is assembled, guide wheels and rollers are attached to the ends. These help the door stay within the horizontal top rail as it slides and also reduce friction for quieter operation. Inside the garage, a compact LiftMaster control unit is being mounted to the wall. This device serves as the command center for the motor, receiving signals from the digital opener or remote and relaying them to activate the door. As the worker connects the wiring, this unit is linked directly to the motor, ensuring instant communication and reliable operation. It also acts as a safety hub, often integrating features like auto reverse, sensor input and manual override. With power connected, the door is manually moved to ensure smooth glide, and then motor calibration begins. The open and close limits are set, safety sensors are tested, and the digital keypad is synced to the opener. After programming, the door is tested several times. It opens smoothly along the track, guided by the motor, and closes with a secure sill. Safety sensors ensure it stops if anything is detected in its path. A clean, modern horizontal sliding garage door, fully automated and controlled by a digital keypad on the outside. Quiet, efficient and built to last. And here are some of the other garages that were installed along South East 2nd Street, including, you will notice, the golf cart garage doors. And this is one such garage belonging to the Townhome on Osceola Park Lane. Can you imagine you are just back from the beach or the shops on Atlantic Avenue and you drive to the side of your house and slip the little blighter through the side garage and toddle off for a little drinky poo on your upstairs roof deck? Ah, marvellous. Just want you guys to understand that when I'm bringing you delicious aerial shots of our beautiful project, please give a moment's thought to all brave drone pilots that have risked their hard-earned dollars to bring you viewing pleasure. The final delivery of railings arrived on site last week, those being the roof deck railings for all the townhomes, so very excited to see them go up. I wasn't so excited to see them being lifted up from the roof, crashing against our beautifully painted walls though. We shall be having words on that. It took a good 3 hours for each townhome to get their full complement of balcony railings hauled, or shall I say dragged and scraped, up the side of the building facing 4th Avenue. Once they had been passed across each roof, it was time to go to work. First order of the day is to drill the holes in the floor of the roof deck so that the footings of the railings can be secured. Must say, bending down, drilling these holes right on the very edge of a 3-story building is either brave or foolish. Luckily, I was not there filming. This footage was courtesy of Zach, my new second unit film director. Not much more to say on this segment. Rule of thumb when fitting these balconies is to make sure they're sturdy, they don't wobble, and not to fall off the edge of the roof deck. That's the worker, not the railings. Although that rule applies to both, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
In short, they made the AC closet doors without louver panels to facilitate airflow, which is crucial for proper HVAC system function and for preventing overheating or moisture buildup within the closet. They had to cut a hole in the door to fit the panel, a mistake in plain sight, but now remedied. It was bloody noisy for a while, and the fact you needed to be a Bulgarian weightlifter to open the door was a clue. The last appliance component to be fitted is the Melee range hood. The delay in it being fitted was because the stem with the grill holes above the hood that connects to the ceiling ventilation pipe was 6 inches too short, and we had to order a factory extension. The trouble was that Melee changed their spec between the time we ordered until we took delivery. But anyway, it's time to get it installed. A wooden panel is screwed onto the wall. This panel is strengthening for the bracket that will hold the range hood. A further bracket is added at the top of the hood to hold the ventilation extension, which goes into the ceiling. Good. Now it is time to attach the range hood and plug it into the outlet. After the hood has been attached to the bracket and powered up, it is time to bolt it down. Now, all that is left is to attach the range hood ventilation extension. The only trouble with that is between Zach and me, we missed that event. So here it is, after it was attached. We rushed the video into the edit today. Won't happen again, sir.
Alright, cool. Thanks, man. Yep.
The last bit of programming and setup for the elevator in the middle unit was being undertaken last week, which, as I edit this segment, is now finished. The electrical panel that I just showed is connected through to the cab's control panel shown here. For the elevator cab to move, a safety feature is that the accordion door must be firmly closed.
Now just setting up the final safeties for the elevator.
And now I've figured out how you're going to clean the windows.
Yeah, and not as hard as you'd think, surprisingly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different safety features.
Yeah.
These guys know their stuff, and having ridden several times now in these elevators, I can tell you they're pretty cool. More on the reveal episode.
Love the pendant lights. Gorgeous. Hate the wall sconces. Ripping them out and replacing them. Show you the new ones next episode. Here is a question for all of you. Is it a national sport to lift a metal object up the side of a building to see how many lumps you can take out of the wall? In this case, the roof ladders have arrived on site. They are to be affixed to each townhome only after they have inflicted enough damage to keep the exterior plasterers and painters gainfully employed. Now it's time to fix these beautiful powder-coated white roof ladders to the wall. I don't expect this segment to keep you riveted to the screen, or in fact to help the video go viral, but this is almost like a topping out ceremony for me. I was there when they dug out the first piece of dirt, and I'm here, well, Zach is really, as they put one of the final elements at the near apex of this magnificent project. Quite poignant, really. It's brought a tear to my wallet. Anyway, they have measured top and bottoms, so we don't climb sideways up the ladder, and bolted it to the wall, and all that's left now is to call back the plasterers and painters to the site. The irrigation team is connecting from the house water supply served by the city's water main, a complicated trunk of pipes that will irrigate each townhome and keep the costly landscaping fresh and alive with H2O. It's not the most exciting thing to watch, I understand, but there is some beauty in the complexity of this task and the effortless way these guys go about their job. The next episode will show the impact of what they're doing and how important it is to the project.
A few weeks ago, the surveyors were out checking on the levels for the pavers and the driveways, which is essential when you're working on such a large area. No room for undulation in the levels.
What are you guys doing today? Just getting the levels?
We are doing paver bricks, laying out the paver drive.
Okay, just marking them out, yeah? That good old pink paint.
Don't you love it when a pillock like me asks the most obvious questions?
That's a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
This guy thought I was as funny as a boil on his arse. But then again, he did have the personality of a doorknob. Perhaps that was a bit cruel.
The two workers are running a bare copper bonding wire around the perimeter of the swimming pool trench. This is part of the pool's electrical bonding system, which helps prevent electrical shock by equalizing voltage differences between conductive components. The wire will be connected to all metal parts of the pool, like ladders, handrails and the pool pump, and will also be attached to a ground rod or the main electrical panel. This ensures everything is at the same electrical potential, enhancing safety around the pool area. The worker is connecting the water pipes that will feed into the swimming pool's gas heater system. These are typically Schedule 40 PVC pipes, which are ideal for pool plumbing due to their durability and resistance to corrosion. To bond the pipes, he's using a two-step process. First, applying a purple primer that cleans and softens the pipe, followed by a blue or clear PVC cement. The cement is applied generously around both the inside of the fitting and the outside of the pipe. Once joined, the connection sets in just seconds, but it typically takes about 15 to 30 minutes for it to cure enough to handle, and 24 hours for a full cure under pressure. It's a quick but crucial step, ensuring a watertight seal that keeps the whole system flowing smoothly without leaks. Not the most exciting part of the job, but definitely one of the most important. This worker is organising all the wiring in the main control board, ensuring seamless operation of the pool's pumps, waterfall feature, temperature control and filtration system. And this is the gas line for the Raypak gas heater. We're looking at the complete mechanical setup for this high-end swimming pool system. It includes everything you'd expect: high capacity variable speed pumps, a large cartridge filter, a saltwater chlorinator, and an automated control system that manages the waterfall feature, pool lighting, temperature, and circulation. Mounted on the wall are the key electrical components: timers, relays, breakers, and Wi-Fi enabled controllers for remote access and automation. To the side, the gas line is connected to the Raypak 300 33,000 BTU gas heater, a powerful and efficient unit designed to heat pools quickly and reliably. Everything is now fully installed and wired, and the system is ready to go. I'll show you the swimming pool in all its glory next week, complete with water.
And finally, as we come to the end of this project, we take a step back to look at the beautifully painted exterior, the danger construction area signs that are soon to be removed, the closed sidewalk boards consigned to the dumpster, the kitchen faucets polished, the gas connected to the cooking range. There's always time for one stupid comment from me, although it did happen last episode.
What are you doing here?
We're doing the fire sprinklers.
All right.
So right now I'm checking the bell, but right now it doesn't sound like it's working properly.
I just realised that last episode I confused this orange pipe with a gas line, when in fact, of course, it's for the fire sprinkler system, which this guy is now checking out. Oops.
Anyway, that's all for this episode. In the next episode, I will show you the completed driveways, sidewalks and aprons, landscaping, swimming pools, and now it seems 2 partly resurfaced roads. Then, if time allows, a tour inside the completed townhomes of Centennial Square. But it seems more likely there will be an additional episode for that. And this will be our final episode on the building project. See you then.